Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. We were supposed to be playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight, but because of the really bad storm here in the Northeast, work schedules needed to be changed, and just like that, our session was kibosh. So no D&D tonight, so I figured I might as well turn on MLB The Show 20 and play my created franchise. I'm running two created franchises. One of them is called BRONX Knights Baseball. This one is the Avengers, which is stocked with the actors from the MCU. All right, so as you can see, I've wedged the Avengers into the National League West. The record for the Avengers right now is 16-11, and they're 3.5 games behind the Dodgers, who are in first place. So it's late April, and let's go to... okay, so it's the beginning of a 4-game set against the St. Louis Cardinals. So we're going to click off on the first one, and here we go. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team. Cardinals are visiting Crosley Field, which is the home team for the Avengers. Looks good. Tom Hiddleston, aka Loki, is the starting pitcher, and I think only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch up these two guys, and let's start it up. Here we go. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you were, poking your head in looking for D&D, I do apologize. It couldn't be avoided. We'll definitely be playing next Monday. Outside chance we might play Wednesday, but I don't want to get too excited. So time to get my play-by-play shoes on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a presentation of Major League Baseball as the St. Louis Cardinals visit the Hollywood Avengers at Crosley Field. And on the mound for the Avengers is Loki, Tom Hiddleston, making his 6th start of the season. His record is 4-1 with a 2.50 earned run average. And leading off for the Redbirds is Kevin Newman, batting a .189, 1 homer, 3 RBIs. At the corner, strike 1. Avengers are 5 games over 500, good for 3rd place in the NL West. That's Chadwick Boseman at 3rd and Dave Batista in right. So the 0-1 pitch. Slider in there, strike 2. Count as no balls, 2 strikes on Newman. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 down here in the first.
Batting second, the designated hitter, David.
Swing and a miss. Next up for the Redbirds is David Fletcher, 213, a homer, no homers, 1 RBI. My goodness, their lineup is certainly not stocked. Pulled foul for strike number 1. So David Fletcher is probably a part-time player. Substitution maybe for an injury. So the 0-1 pitch. And it's a line drive. Will it hang up there? No, it will not. Oh, and it gets by. He's going to go for second. Throw to second is not in time. So Fletcher legs out a 1-out double, his 2nd of the season, and they have a runner in scoring position here on the top of the first. So next up is Edgar Martinez, batting .218, 5 homers, 9 RBIs. Edgar Martinez was a borderline Hall of Famer, outside corner, strike 1. Played for the Seattle Mariners. Played 3rd base, was the designated hitter later in his career. Great hitter in the 90s. Line drive, base hit to left. Just comes up throwing. He's heading to the plate. It's a strong throw. It is. Did he get him? No, he did not. He could not slap on the tag. And it's a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Edgar Martinez. Let's watch the replay. Almost had him on that slap tag. The throw was up the line from Idris Elba, but he couldn't quite get the tag on him. Oh, the camera's off angle. Well, anyway, it's 1-0. Gary Sheffield hitting .260, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, steps up to the plate. And he fouls off the fastball, strike 1. So it's St. Louis Cardinals, 1-0 here in the first. First game of a 4-game set. Grounds it up the first base line, but it will roll foul. Strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Gary. Swing and a miss at the outside, chased the slider, and there's 2 down here in the first. He was lost on that pitch.
That's it. The shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So next up is Francisco Lindor hitting .326, 7 homers, 16 runs batted in for the Cardinals. And he fouls off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball for strike number 1. Just gets a piece of the two-seamer. Count is 0-2. And he just gets a piece of the breaking ball to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. And he fouls it off yet again. So runner at first. Score is 1-0 St. Louis. And he skies it to center. War Machine is there. Don Cheadle settles under it, makes the catch to retire the side. So, half an inning of baseball, they do score a run. So it's the Cardinals 1, the Hollywood Avengers coming to bat. On the mound for the Cardinals is Matthew Boyd, making his 5th start of the season. He's winless. His record is 0-4 with an 11.65 earned run average. Leading off is the Falcon, Anthony Mackie, hitting .343 on the season. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Boyd. He checked his swing, but he called it a strike anyway. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Mackie. And he pulls it foul down the third base line. Count is 1-2 on the Falcon. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man. Just gets a piece of the fastball on the corner to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. And he skies it to left, deep in the gap, but he runs it down. The left fielder makes the catch for the first out. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie led off. Tom Holland is at second. Chadwick Boseman at third. Chris Evans is the designated hitter. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. Mark Ruffalo is the catcher. Don Cheadle in center. Dave Batista in right. And Idris Elba in left. Next up, Tom Holland hitting .402 with 6 home runs in the season. And he pulls it foul for strike number 1. He's got 6 homers and 25 RBIs, which lead the team. Spider-Man. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pulls the circle change foul. Count is 1-2 on Holland. Again, he pulls it down the third base line. Pitch is low. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. Got him at the inside fastball. Boyd's first strikeout.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 20.
So next up is the late, great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .310, a homer, and 6 RBIs. And he skies it to shallow left. Check that shallow right. He makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Boyd. And at the end of 1 inning of baseball, the score is the Cardinals 1, the Avengers 0. Top of the second, Joe Carter, hitting .296, 6 homers, 26 RBIs. He's hitting .360 at home, so he's not home. So hopefully that bodes well for the Avengers. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And he fouls off the two-seamer. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe Carter was Toronto Blue Jay championships in the 90s. He had some big hits in the World Series too. So he skies it the other way to right. Batista, Drax the Destroyer, is there. He makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. It's Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Dave Batista. And in the infield, it's Bozeman, Mackey, Holland, RDJ with Mark Ruffalo behind the plate. The designated hitter for the Avengers is Chris Evans. So next up for the Redbirds is Miguel Sano, hitting .267 with 7 homers and 19 runs batted in. Checks his swing, pitches just off the plate outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, the two-seamer. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Sano. Swing and a miss, the fastball. Strike 2. Loki's going to get his own Disney Plus TV show soon. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down here in the second. That's Tiddleston's 3rd strikeout of the game.
Batting 8, the center fielder, Tyler Naquin.
Next up is Tyler Naquin, hitting .270, 1 homer, 10 runs batted in. And he fouls it off down the first base line. Check that third base line, strike 1. And it's a line drive down the third base line, past the diving attempt by T'Challa. A strong throw to second is in time. What a throw from Idris Elba from the left field corner to end the inning. What a play. Well, inning and a half has gone by. It's St. Louis 1, Hollywood Avengers nothing. What a throw. So leading off the bottom of the second is Chris Evans, hitting .313, 4 homers, 14 runs batted in. Pitches outside for ball 1. He carries an 8-game hitting streak into this contest. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. A little late on the fastball. Count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Evans, Captain America. Slow roll, high bouncer to the shortstop. Out of the inning. Defense field is in right, and the third baseman is Sano. Chris Iannetta is behind the plate. Stepping up for the Avengers is Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, hitting .272 on the season. And he slices it down low. Fouls off the fastball, count is 1 and 2. Inside 2 and 2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Scores 1-0 St. Louis. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. Out in front of the breaking ball. That's Boyd's 2nd strikeout of the game. Next up is the catcher today, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, hitting .302, 4 homers, 19. Make that 5 homers, perhaps? Deep fly ball in the gap. It's going to be off the wall. Would have been a home run in any other ballpark, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Mark Ruffalo here with 2 outs. So they have a runner in scoring position on his 7th double of the season. Let's watch this replay. Any other ballpark, this is a home run, but there's a high scoreboard here at Crosley Field. So next up is Don Cheadle, War Machine, hitting .349 on the season. 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. And he skies it. And it will drop in for an RBI single, perhaps a double. He's legging it out to second, and he's going to make it. So that's an RBI double for Don Cheadle, and the score is tied at 1. It's his 7th double of the season. Bloops. Nobody could get to it. A lot of real estate to cover here at Crosley. So 2-out hit gets the tie. Dave Batista, or Drax the Destroyer, is up, 315 average. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. Classic stadium, Crosley Field. Cheadle leads off second. Inside pitch, count is 2 balls and no strikes on Batista. He's hot in his last few handling full of games. Last 8 games, he's hitting almost 500. Three balls, no strikes. They're playing careful with him with 2 outs. Will he have the green light? No, he does not. It's in there for strike 1. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner leads off second. Here comes the pitch. And he walks him. So, with 2 outs, we have runners at first and second for Idris Elba. The man who played Hemidall in the Thor franchise is in 275, 2 homers and 13 runs batted in. He made a great defensive play. Ground ball, base hit through the box, and it's going to be an RBI single for Idris Elba, and a 2-1 lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the second. Another 2-out hit. Hoo-ah! So the pitching coach is going to come out and have a little conversation with Boyd, try to settle him down. Next up is the leadoff man, Falcon, Anthony Mackie. Runners at first and second with 2 out. Inside, ball 1. Mackie flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Boyd has lost the strike zone. Runners lead off first and second. Still 2 out. And he lances it. Oh, and it curves foul. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Mackie. Did he check it? Yes, he did. The hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike on Mackie. And he pulls it deep but foul. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will both be in motion. Here comes the payoff pitch. Pitch is high, ball 4. He's walked. The bases loaded. Here with 2 outs. Next up is Tom Holland. Tom Holland is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. He has the bases loaded with 2 out. Pitch is in there for strike 1. High strike. And it's a foul tip on the inside slider. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Holland. High, 2-2. And he grounds it to the second baseman. He dropped the ball, picks it up, throws. Oh, he's safe. He's safe on an E4, and the run does score. It's 3-1. I'm sure it's an E4. Yes, it is. E4. Could not field it cleanly. Let's watch the replay. And by the time he got a handle on the ball, routine play, Holland legs it out, is safe at first, and the run scores. So it's 3-1. Bases are still loaded for Chadwick Boseman, the late, great Black Panther. Now there's still 2 outs. Checked his swing, down and low, ball 1. Pulls it to the third baseman, tosses to second for the force, and the side is retired. They leave the bases loaded, but they do score 3 runs. And at the end of 2 innings of baseball, it's the Avengers 3, the Cardinals 1. We go to the top of the third. Chris Iannetta steps up to the plate. He's hitting .352 on the season. 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. Hiddleston deals. Pitches outside, ball 1. Line drive into the left field corner. 1 hop off the wall. Elba makes a strong throw, and they're not going to test him this time. The catcher doesn't have a lot of speed. So any other player, that might have been a double to lead off the inning, but it's a single for Iannetta. So runner at first with nobody out. Next up is Kevin Newman, the leadoff man. He struck out in the first. Outside corner, strike 197 on the radar gun. Fastball inside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Newman. And he skies it to right center field. War Machine is there. He makes the catch for the first out. So with 1 down here in the top of the third, David Fletcher steps up. He has a double today. He's a double run scored. At the knees, strike 1. There's a runner at first with 1 out here in the third. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Jams him, and it lands in foul territory. No chance for Robert Downey Jr. to make the catch. The count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. That's strikeout number 4 for Hiddleston.
Now batter.
Way out in front of the breaking ball. Next up is Edgar Martinez. He has an RBI single today. Hitting with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball, strike 1. Fouls off the slider. Count is 0-2 on Martinez. Inside off the plate. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runner leads off first. Hiddleston deals. And again, he fouls it back. Do it again. Scores 3-1 Avengers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The strikeout number 5 for Hiddleston to retire the side. So after, I believe, 3.5 innings of play, well, 2.5, it's the MCU 3 and the St. Louis Cardinals 1. Leading off the bottom of the third is Chris Evans, the designated hitter today. It's 0 for 1. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty boy. Pitches low, ball 1. He has 4 home runs on the season. Low, ball 2. Little late on the fastball, fouls it off. Count is 2-1 on Evans, Captain America. And he ropes it foul, pulls it down the left field line. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full, 3-2. Tony Stark is on deck. And it's his slow roller to the pitcher. Easy play. And there's 1 away. Got him a roll over on the outside pitch. Standings in the NL Central. As you can see, the Milwaukee Brewers are on top here in April at 19-9. St. Louis is in second place, 4 games back. Next up is RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. He's 0 for 1, second plate appearance. Swing and a miss over the top of the breaking ball, strike one. He is hot. He's hitting almost 400 in his last handful of games. Inside ball one, count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony. Two balls, 1 strike on Downey Jr. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Line drive up the middle and through. A base hit for Tony Stark. With 1 out, they have a base runner. See the replay. Come on. Here we go.
Now batting, number 84.
Right back through the box. So next up is Mark Ruffalo. He had a double and a run scored in his first at-bat in this game. Pitches high, ball 1. Sitting 309 on the season. Pitches outside, 2-0. Boyd has had trouble with his control this game. Falling behind hitters, walking hitters. Just off the plate inside. 4 misses the corner. Walks him on 4 pitches. So first and second for the Avengers with only 1 out here in the bottom of the third. So Don Cheadle has an RBI double of his own, that bloop double in the first inning. He's up with runners at first and second and 1 out. Swing and a miss the fastball, strike number 1. Oh, they're advancing. Runners are both going second and third on the pass ball. And they'll make it. So on the pass ball, they advance to second and third. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position for Don Cheadle. And he pulls it foul. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the system tells me that I'm not streaming, so who knows? We'll see what happens. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners are at second and third here in the bottom of the third. And this will be caught. It's going to be a sacrifice fly. Strong throw to the plate is up the line. It is a RBI sac fly for Don Cheadle, and the score is 4-1. A little flustered by that internet connection message on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I wonder if it says we're still streaming, so who knows? Fingers crossed. So 2 down, runner at second for Dave Batista. Dave walked in his first at-bat. He has a runner in scoring position. And right back to the pitcher. Nice reaction from Boyd. He throws to first to retire the side, but not before the sac fly gets them another run. And at the end of 3, it's 4-1, Avengers. Next up, top of the 4th is Gary Sheffield, who struck out in the first inning. Hemsworth deals. Hemsworth. Tom Hiddleston. Check that. Outside corner, strike 1. I mean, they're brothers in the movie universe, but not in real life. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Scherz. Got him. There's 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Nice play by Black Panther.
Now batting.
Next up, Francisco Lindor. He flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball snagged by 1 knee. Nice play by Falcon. Diving play, gets up to 1 knee and throws him out by half a step. Let's watch the replay. Nice play. Look at this stab. Boom. And then he doesn't even bother to get up. He gets up to just 1 knee and throws him out. Look at this. So next up is Joe Carter. It's a 3-run ball game. MCU leads 4-1. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Swinging it, fouls it off, strike 1. Hard ground ball to Tom Holland. Spider-Man fires, and the side is retired. So, 3.5 innings of baseball. Hollywood Avengers have a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the 4th. Up steps Idris Elba. He's got an RBI single today.
The left fielder, number 63.
And it is a line drive to the right fielder. He barely has to move. 1 pitch, 1 away. Sheffield. Anthony Mackie is 0 for 1. He did walk in the 3rd. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And he slashes it to center. Center fielder makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the 4th.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Tom Holland is 0 for 2. He did reach on an error in his last at-bat, but he's officially 0 for 2. Slow roller to the shortstop. Fields fires. Got him. So quick 1-2-3 inning for Boyd. And at the end of 4, it is a 3-run ball game. The Avengers lead 4-1. I wonder if it says I'm on the air, so who knows? Maybe it's a little glitch, a little digital glitch. So top of the 5th, Miguel Sano. It's 0 for 1. Tom Hiddleston, Loki, deals. And it's a hard line drive and through the left side into left field. A leadoff single for Sano here in the top of the 5th. Check that.
now batting.
Next up is Tyler Naquin. He had a single in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1. And it is a pop-up. Spider-Man is there, short center field, makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting, the catcher.
Next up is Chris Iannetta. He's a single in the 3rd. He's 1 for 1. Just misses the outside corner. He wanted that pitch, but ball 1.
Ball 2.
Inside ball 2. 2-0. This one gets the outside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Iannetta. Runner leads off first. Fouls off the fastball, 98 miles an hour on the radar gun. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off first here in the 5th. 4, 6, 3. Scoops it out of the dirt. Nice play by Robert Downey Jr. to complete the double play to retire the side. So 4.5 innings. It's a 4-1 lead on the Avengers. Chadwick Boseman. Cardinals bullpen is active. Chadwick is 0 for 2. He is Black Panther, Wakanda forever, baby. Pitches outside, ball 1. And he chases a high fastball, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike up to T'Challa. And it goes through the legs of the pitcher and through into center field. It's going to be a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th. T'Challa is 1 for 3. Let's watch this replay. I think it goes right through his legs. Yep, right through his legs. There. So the manager's seen enough. He goes to the bullpen, asks for the right-hander. So in relief is Phil Niekro, the knuckleballer. Out of the bullpens, pitched in 7 games. His record is 3-1. His ERA is 7.57. He has not been effective yet so far this season. So Chris Evans turns around and bats from the left side against the righty Niekro. He's 0 for 2. And there's that classic knuckleball high, ball 1. Bozeman leads off first. And he waits on that breaking ball and lines it into center field, and it's going to be, he's going for second. It's going to be a double. My goodness, second and third. That is the 9th double of the season for Captain America. He can do this all day. So, Robert Downey Jr. has 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And he goes after the high knuckler and fouls it off for strike 1. And he fouls it off. Counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Tony. And he grounds it up, back up the middle and through. It's going to be a 2-run single for Robert Downey Jr. And by the time that ball finds its way back to the infield, it's going to be a 6-1 lead for the Avengers. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. They're just waiting on that flat knuckler. So the Hulk, or Mark Ruffalo, steps in, runner at first, and still nobody out. And just gets a piece of that knuckleball, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Mark's 1 for 1 with that double and a walk. Oh, he strike 3 called. And there's 1 out. Didn't like the call. So Don Cheadle has a double. He's got 2 runs batted in this game. He's up there with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. And he's, oh, wait, he's going to take it himself for the double play. And the side is retired. But not before they score a bunch of runs. At the end of 5 innings of baseball, it's an official game as the Avengers lead 6-1. So top of the 6th, Kevin Newman is 0 for 2. He's hitting a .186 on the season. Next up is David Fletcher's 1 for 2 with a double. Outside corner, strike 1. Tries to wait on that breaking ball, but just fouls it off. Count is 0-2 on Fletcher. Fouls it back. Hiddleston has been economical with his pitches. This is going to be his 56th pitch in the 6th inning. So, averaging about 10 pitches an inning. Line drive, base hit up through the box and into center field. So with 1 out, they have a base runner. Here it is.
Now batting, the first baseman.
He's 2 for 3.
Martinez.
So, Edgar Martinez, arguably the best designated hitter of all time, takes outside corner, strike 1, 97 on the radar gun. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. I guess you'd have to put a couple of people in that conversation. Oh, I forgot his name. Skies it to right. Batista is there. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. Strong throw to second. The runner does not advance. So, with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, Gary Sheffield is 0 for 2. He steps in with a runner at first. And it's a high strike, but a strike nonetheless. Slider drops low. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Sheffield. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball, strike 2. Swing and a miss, the outside breaking ball, he gets him. And the side is retired. It's 5.5 innings. It's a 5-run lead for the MCU. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Dave Batista, or Drax the Destroyer, steps up. He's officially 0 for 1. He does have a walk and a run score. And he's way out in front of the knuckleball. Fooled him. Count is 0-1. Swings and misses. Seems like that knuckler is starting to get a little more effective. And he grounds it to the first baseman, who fields it to Necro covering, and they have one out. Nice play.
Now batting, number 63.
Next up, Idris Elba. He has an RBI single. He's 1 for 2. His turn to see the knuckleball. Wow, they called it a strike. Woof. Felt high. High strike, but anyway. And he lines it into center field for a base hit. So Idris Elba is 2 for 3, and he's on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Small leg kick. One-handed swing. Serves it into center field for the single. So the lineup turns over. Anthony Mackie is up there for his 3rd plate appearance. And he skies it the other way to left. And there's 2 away. Runner retreats to first. Joe Carter's out there in left. I think Joe Carter's a right fielder back in the days of the Toronto Blue Jays, but whatever. Tom Holland, 0 for 3 today. That batting average has finally dipped under 400. He's been hitting 400 the entire month of April. And that knuckleball is in there, strike 1. Not only has he been hitting 400, he leads the team with 6 home runs. And he popped him up. First baseman makes the catch. Edgar Martinez retires the side. So, 6 innings of baseball complete. It's a 6-1 lead, Avengers. Top of the 7th, Francisco Lindor steps up. He's 0 for 2. Pitches low, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
And it's ground ball through the left side for a base hit. And here in the top of the 7th, they have a leadoff man on. Hiddleston has been, 6th game hitting streak for Francisco Lindor. Nice. It's a 5-run ball game. He's got everything under control so far. Pitch count is low. So Joe Carter steps in. He's 0 for 2. And he grounds it, up the first base line. It goes foul, strike 1. Joe Carter's hitting .291 on the season. Just misses outside, ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lindor leads off first. Pitches inside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, he hits it high and deep. Back goes Elba to the track, the wall. He's looking up. It's gone. That's a 2-run homer for Joe Carter, his 7th of the season. And just like that, it's a 6-3 ball game. My goodness. That was a bomb. Let's look at the replay. We need to go to the manager's office. So we'll go to the manager's office. Bullpen. Paul Bettany, who is Vision, will warm up. And Ed Norton, who is the first man to play the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They'll both warm up. And I'm going to have a mound visit just to calm him down a little bit. Calm him down. He's still got a 3-run lead. So Miguel Sano is up. He singled in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. He got this. Swing and a miss out in front of the fastball. Strike 1. Changeup's in there. Strike 2. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball, and there's 1 away. Nasty 2-seam action on the inside. That's strikeout number 7 for Loki.
Now batting, The center fielder,
Tyler Naquin steps up. He is 1 for 2 with a single. In there, strike one. Breaking ball floats in there for strike two. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Naquin. Checked the swing, but he says that he swung. Well, that's another strikeout. I think it's strikeout number 8.
Now batting.
So there's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Chris Iannetta has singled in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. At the knees, strike one. Outside, counts 1 ball and 1 strike on Iannetta. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get a hold of the slider. Count is 1 and 2. Inside, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes on the catcher. Strike 3. He doesn't like the call. He thought the pitch was low, but in any event, the inning is over. Joe Carter does this to get them closer, a 2-run home run here in the top of the 7th. It's a 3-run ball game. Avengers lead 6-3. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. 7th inning stretch time. Bottom of the 7th. Wakanda forever, baby. Chadwick Boseman steps in to lead off.
Third baseman, number 20.
And he fouls off the knuckler, strike one. Score is 6-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Fastball's high. Count is even 1 ball and 1 strike. And he grounds it. Long throw for the second baseman. He not in time. That should be an infield single. Tough play just to get to the ball. Long throw. So T'Challa is at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Captain America steps up. And he tries to surprise him with a fastball, and it's going to drop in there for a single. It's a bloop single. A lot of real estate to cover here in Crosley Field. So runners are at first and second with nobody out. How deep was he playing them? Well, anyway, pitching change. Donnie Hart comes up out of the bullpen for the Cardinals, making his 9th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 0-1 with a 7.94 earned run average. Robert Downey Jr., it's lefty on lefty. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. And he's a submariner, and he gets him with the high fastball, strike one. Runners lead off first and second here in the 7th. Outside, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony. Just gets a piece of the circle change. Count is 1 and 2. And he skies it to right field. He makes the catch. Runner at second is tagging. And T'Challa advances to third, getting himself, so it was a productive out. With T'Challa at third with less than 2 outs, he can get home without the benefit of a hit. So for Mark Ruffalo, who steps up. Mark's 1 for 2 with a double. Runners are at first and third with only 1 out. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. That ball is gonzo. A 3-run home run Hulk smash. It's his 5th homer of the season. And the score is now 9-3. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this replay. Oh, Mark Ruffalo. Boom. Straightaways, dead center field, 417 feet. Hits the warehouse. So Don Cheadle steps up with 1 out here in the 7th. The score is 9-3, Avengers. Pitches outside, ball 1. Don Cheadle has a 2-run double in today's game. It's 1 for 2. And he hits this one towards the gap, and it will probably fall. Yes, it will. And it's going to be a double for the War Machine, and there'll be a runner at second with 1 out. That's his 8th double of the season, and the floodgates are starting to open, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is Dave Batista. 0 for 2 today with a walk. And it's a line drive that's going to fall for a base hit, and it'll be an RBI single for Drax the Destroyer. And the score is now 10-3.
Now batting, number 63.
Nice piece of hitting. So, Idris Elba steps in. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. And he grounds it over to the right side and through. It's going to be a base hit. There'll be runners at first and second with 1 out. And the hit machine keeps churning out the singles. Just hits him, literally grounds it on that right side. He's holding the runner on, so no chance for the first baseman, Edgar Martinez, to make a play. And now pitching change. Andres Munoz makes his 9th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 2-0 with a 2.16 earned run average. Trying to stop the bleeding. So, Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, is 0 for 3 today, but he has runners at first and second. Swing and a miss at the 102-mile-an-hour fastball. Ooh. This boy, Munoz, throws heat. My goodness. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. He just throws fire. Fire. Two-seamer is 96 miles an hour. Count is 2-1 though. Let's see if he can find the strike zone. Runners lead off first and second with 1 out. And he grounds it towards the left side. Long throw, in time. So the runners advance to second and third. There are 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7-run ball game as Tom Holland steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 4, dropping his team high average down to 387. Dropping to 387. A hit can drive in both runs. Let's see what happens. He grounds it to his counterpart at second, throws to first to retire the side. So, it's a big inning for the Avengers. The end of 7 innings of play. They lead 10-3. Top of the 8th. Kevin Newman is 0 for 3. He's batting a .184. Steps in. Hiddleston is still out there in the 8th. No reason not to. His pitch count is very low. Takes swings and a miss for strike 1. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. Fouls off the fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Newman to lead off the top of the 8th. And he skies it to short right field. Diving attempt by by Dave Batista, but does not come up with it. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I believe that is strikeout number 9. No, that's strikeout double digits, number 10. I apologize, Loki. How dare I? So it's 10 strikeouts in the game. 1 out here in the 8th, and Fletcher steps in. At the knees, strike 1. Fletcher is 2 for 3. He's had a good day. It's that strike 2. Couldn't get the slider. Strike 3 looking. That's strikeout number 11 for Loki. There's 2 down. Edgar Martinez is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. In there, strike 1. And it's a line drive base hit, and he's 2 for 4. So with 2 outs here in the 8th. Oh my goodness, strong throw from Batista. Almost had him at first. That's why you got to leg out the first base line when you're running out a single. You got to make sure you get down that line. Hit a hard line drive to the 1 hop to the right fielder. Sometimes he can throw you out. So, Gary Sheffield is 0 for 3. Struck out in the 6th. And he lines it towards the right field line. And it's in there, and it's going to go all the way into the corner. Batista does a good job getting it back into the infield, so it'll be second and third with 2 outs here in the 8th. He just lines it the other way down the right field line into the corner. It could have been worse. It hit the sidewall and kind of slowed down for Batista. Otherwise, that could have been an RBI triple. So we're going to go to manager's office, bullpen. We're going to make a change. Switch hitter, righty. So the man who played the Incredible Hulk first will come and pitch in relief. That's all for Hiddleston. He's done a good job. He's responsible for the 2 runners on. He cannot lose. He can win. Out of the bullpen, Ed Norton. 11th game out of the bullpen. No record as of yet. His ERA is 5.51. Francisco Lindor is 1 for 3. Hard ground ball to first. Scooped up by Robert Downey Jr. He takes it himself. And the 2 runners are stranded. The side is retired. So after 7.5, it's the Hollywood Avengers leading by 7. Bottom of the 8th. Chadwick Boseman is 2 for 4. Steps in against fireballer Munoz. Skies it towards the right center field gap. Long run, but Sheffield makes the catch 1 away. Nice running catch. Chris Evans is 2 for 4. He scored twice today. Now bats from the left side against the righty. And he grounds it to the second baseman. Fields fires, got him. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Robert Downey Jr. is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He steps in. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Pitch is outside. Ball 1. Attendance 16,243 is not a sellout. Terrible attendance, but is what it is. And he jams him, pops him up. And the third baseman, Sano, makes the catch to retire the side. So last licks for the St. Louis Cardinals. We go to the 9th. They need 7 runs to tie. Joe Carter steps in the top of the 9th. He's 1 for 3. Norton is in there. Lazy fly ball down the right field line, and he cannot make the play. So it's just strike 1. Swing and a miss. It's over the slider, strike 2. Strike 3, and there's 1 down here in the 9th. Next up, Miguel Sano, single in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Norton deals. In there, strike 1. Deep fly ball, right center field. War Machine is there. Don Cheadle settles under it and makes the catch for the 2nd out. So the St. Louis Cardinals are down to their final out. Next up is Tyler Naquin, 1 for 3 with a single. Tyler Naquin is a lefty, so the manager doesn't like to keep people warming up in the bullpen for no reason. Paul Bettany, also known as Vision, comes in to get the final out. It's his 11th, no, check that, his 12th appearance out of the bullpen. He has no record, but his ERA is only 1.29. He has been very effective. And he fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1. Just misses high with the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Naquin. Line drive, base hit through the box. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th, check that, the top of the 9th, they have a base runner. Next up is Chris Iannetta, 1 for 3 with a single. at the knees, triple digits on the radar gun. Strike one. Slow roller over to second for the force, and it is not in time. Oh, bad defensive mistake by Tom Holland. Should have just went for first. Well, anyway, there's runners now at first and second with 2 outs, and Bettany has to work a little harder to end this game. But it's a lazy fly ball to right on the very next pitch. Batista makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 10-3. So this is the first game of a 4-game set at home against the St. Louis Cardinals. Obviously, the Avengers has taken the first game quite easily. We'll do the line scores the right way. So Hollywood Avengers, 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors. St. Louis, 3 runs, 11 hits, no, 1 error. Tom Hiddleston gets the win. Matthew Boyd gets the loss. And Mark Ruffalo with a home run, 3-run homer. It's 2 for 3, and he gets the hardware. He's the player of the game. This has been Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry, our Dungeons & Dragons tonight on a Monday night got canceled, so I figured, why don't I play some baseball? If you decided to watch this on tape delay, thank you so much for checking it out. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you again soon. Have yourself a great night.